Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Volvo Christian, and also welcome to a little Sunday road trip with my S60 Polestar engineered. So this is a model year 22 S60. It's finished off in bright silver metallic. I'm currently riding on my 19-inch winter setup. I have to say that the S60 looks absolutely awesome in bright silver. I also got exterior styling kit on this one to enhance the sporty character. I have to say it looks so darn good from every angle. So amazed by my S60. But today I'm taking it on a little road trip headed towards Gothenburg in Sweden to visit the Volvo museum. I just stopped here at the border to wash the car and grab some food. But let's now jump in and keep on going. Oh, let's see. Oh, it's pretty cold outside. See, -1 degrees. So I'm heading towards the Volvo museum. I started earlier today. I see current consumption 6.4, driven 97 kilometers, and I got 191 kilometers remaining, so it's a couple of hours to drive, but I'm enjoying every single mile. Got the awesome Bowers & Wilkins stereo, really awesome seats, so I'm not complaining at all. But let's jump out on the roads. Hello again and welcome back. I have just arrived my destination, the Volvo Museum, here in Torslanda, Gothenburg. Volvo's factory are just like 2 minutes away. So there's a bunch of Volvos to be seen around here. But now we can admire my S60. And we can also take a quick glance at the consumption before we're heading into the museum. We can also take a quick glance at the real Polestar. Look at that one. The Rebel Blue S60 Polestar. I think that's a 17 model. But let's jump in to check my consumption. So it ended on 8.3 for this. Hope you can see this. much sun here today. So distance driven 300 kilometers and consumption 8.3. So that was the consumption, but now it's time to park and head into the museum. Hello, you're now joining me inside of the Volvo Museum, and the first thing we are greeted with are Volvo's founding fathers, Assa Gabrielsson and Gustav Larsson, probably planning their first car, the ÖV4 or Jacob, back in 1927. We can also see Volvo's iron mark and the definition of Volvo, or what it means. Let's see if you can see it in English. You see it comes from Latin and it means I roll. You probably already knew that. But here's the start of Volvo, the desk where Assa Gabrielsson and Gustav Larsson sat, planning their very first car, with some historical pictures. And here we have the first Volvo, ÖV4, or better known as Jacob, produced in 1927. And here, if we can see it in English as well, if you want to read. But here we can see 1927, produced until 1929, produced 205 cars, and this is the birth of Volvo. It looks pretty darn cool. I'm not gonna walk you through the whole exhibition, because there's other visitors here, but I'm gonna show you a picture series when I start my way through the exhibition. But here is just the start, and then we have to go up this escalator, and we will go through the exhibition in picture form, and maybe one or two video clips. It depends on how many other visitors we find on the way up. I had to wait a couple of minutes here to get this little hall by myself. The world of Volvo today. Let's see what we have on the back side here. It's been a long time since I visited the Volvo Museum. We take a little shortcut through here. Volvo's world. Volvo's group, yeah. A lot of information. But here we have the big world. Volvo's rich history from 1920 and over to 2020. 100 years. Optimism after the First World War. 1927. Here we have it. Depression in the world economy. Oh, and here we have something familiar. Oh, there's so much to read and watch here. Decade of safety and global expansion. Here we have the introduction of the seat belt. You see 1959, and that's also the year we can find on the seat belts in Volvo's 90 series. A pretty cool touch. And we're moving over to the 1970 and 80. See, we got much things happening. But let's see, here in 2002, Volvo Cars presents its first SUV, the XC90. And then we all know this, the current SBA XC90, introduced in 2014. Oh, I'm such a huge fan of the XC90. So here we have very much to look at. But now it's time to, let's see if there's no people on the other side. Nice and quiet. So we can slide over. And up the escalator. Welcome up. Look at this. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, feast your eyes on Volvo's history. Back in 1930s, here we have the PV 651 and 654. I'm not sure what. Let's see, TR 704, PV 36. And here we have the PV 52, and you see there's now we come to the real exhibition as we follow through all the way and over to the concept cars at the end. But now I have to look a bit for myself and take a couple of pictures, so enjoy this presentation of the Volvo Museum. Now feast your eyes on this 850. Here we have a special part of the exhibition celebrating the 30-year anniversary of Volvo's 850, introduced back in 1991. But this is the one they got famous with a couple of years later, 1994. The 850 T yellow. Look at this masterpiece. This is so iconic from back in the days. We also have the Rydell race car next to the September cars. We got the Cabrio version prototype. So cool to see so many different 850 variants. You can also take a little glance on this wall here and see what this says. The yellow cars in everyday speech called T Yellow were sold out in just a few weeks. Let's see if we can zoom in on this English part here. Yeah, it's at the Geneva Saloon in 1984. They introduced it. Apparently sold out in just a couple of weeks. Sold out in a few weeks. An equally large series of black T5Rs were produced, and finally almost as many dark green T5Rs. So cool to learn about the history of the 850. This is super cool. We have to go back to the star of the show here, the T yellow, before we're going further down in the exhibition. But let's just admire this one. You can also look at the G4 prototype in the background there, and also another wall with some history. I think this is super cool to look at. I have to go around here and read some of these information boxes. But just look at this. We're almost at the end of the museum tour, and we're ending with the concept cars down this path. We can first look at the Volvo YCC from 2004. Hope you see this. This is a really cool street to walk down and look at the concept cars, and also think about the cars that came after. There's so much cool things to see. You can also see all the design elements they have carried over in the production cars. I think this one is pretty cool, the DC1, like a city car. But the SCC from also 2001 are pretty darn awesome. Can you see what car this resembles? Maybe you can see it when we come to the rear with the C30 lights and rear. Look at this, so cool. And then a couple of years later we came to the 3cc from 2004. Let's see if we can try to zoom in slightly. Really cool concept. But these three down here are my favorites. Before we coming over to the SPA concept cars, but they don't have them on display today. But here we have the 2001 Volvo ACC, and there's no hard guess what car this is a concept car of. Let's see if we can take a quick glance on the inside. This is so cool to look at, what the designers visioned. Pretty funky design of that 3cc. Then we can move over to another cool concept, the XC60 concept. Let's look at this. This is super darn cool. From 2007. Let's see if we can get close up. You can also take a little glance on the inside. And here we can also see the waterfall center. That they brought out in this generation. Oh, it looks so cool. And then we're ending with the S60 concept, appropriate for today's trip, from 2009. First shown at the Detroit Motor Show in January 2008. See here we already have the Örefors Crystal glasswork factory. Örefors made the center console in crystal for the S60 concept. Cool. Just look at this. Marvelous design. So many interesting design lines. Flush door handles. Look at this. Wow. Oh, this is super cool. So much to look at. Here we have the rear seats. Just look at this. So I think it's time to wrap it up. We have some boats and engines at the end. We also have the exhibition in here with trucks and bigger lorries and such. Even a plane in the roof with Volvo engines. But we're gonna skip over this part. It's really it's getting close to closing hours at the museum. So we're just gonna take a final glance in here at the welcome area. The entrance are just over here. And here we have the Lego XC90 built by Lego bricks. We got an electric concept from 1976. Yeah, what you think? Just gonna quickly move over here with the XC40. We have some souvenirs you can purchase. Maybe we can also take a quick glance inside here. So I think that was it. We'll now head outside again. And this world of Volvo coming in central Gothenburg already next year. This will be exciting when it opens. We can take a quick glance at this one as well before we're ending the tour. A180. What we have here, we have the PV655, the world's most beautiful Volvo. Yeah, maybe. Oh, it has a majestic vibe to it. But now it's time to get moving again. Get back to my own S60. So that was it for my museum tour. I hope you enjoyed it. I surely did. It was so much to look at, so much to read and learn. So that was it. I'm ending it here. I really hope you enjoyed this, and as always I really appreciate every like, comment, and if you also consider subscribing to my channel. That really means a lot. But now it's time to jump in my S60 and eventually start the return trip to Norway and Oslo. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and bye bye.